top on it if you don't mind.
It's okay.
I'm home this week, and so I finished doing my hair and do a couple things. So anyway, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. So to start, I'm just gonna go right into the questions.
Remind me of your name.
Oh, I'm Sidney.
Sidney, there you go. Okay, I remember. It's good to see you this morning. I know we have to move quickly.
Yeah. So what was it like living up and growing in Newcastle?
I think my childhood was great. I always loved being in Newcastle. Newcastle used to be a little bit more thriving community, but as you know, we have, maybe you know, we used to have Chrysler Corporation here.
I think I knew that.
Yeah. So anyway, we have one large employer here, and then as the dynamics changed with Chrysler, things changed a little bit in our community. So that's like when I was your age, things were bustling downtown. All the downtown buildings were filled, and so anyway, I always felt like I had a great childhood and young adult life, and then I went to college for a couple years, and then I came back, got married, raised my family, and then things kind of changed here as the years went on. But as far as living and growing up here in Newcastle, I've been a Newcastle girl all my life. Went to high school, middle school. My class was the first class I went to the middle school, and so I graduated in '77. I'm 62, and so I would say largely I've always loved small town living, and it's not so great when you don't have a theater and maybe some of the amenities, some of the cultural amenities, some of the restaurants and things like that. But growing up in Newcastle, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What have you done for our community, and how did you do it?
Okay, so I was a stay-at-home mom for a lot of years, and then I went through a divorce. I was married to Greg York, the mayor of the city of Newcastle, and I have two boys that are 42 and 39. Matter of fact, my youngest son is a football coach at the high school.
Oh, that's
His
cool.
name's Kyle York. So anyway, what did I do in the community? I have, after I divorced, I had to go back to work, and I hadn't finished my education yet. So in 1999, I think I was divorced in 89, 99, in government. So I worked in the Henry Township Assessor's Office, and I worked alongside a gal named Judy Butter. Then after she retired, I ran for office and became the elected official. And then in 2010, so a little over 10 years ago, I changed and I went to work in economic development. So just across the street from the courthouse. You know where the courthouse is?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I've been working in there since 2010, and I went back to school. After my kids finished their educations, I took a 32-year break. I went back to school, finished my degree. I went the first year and a half at Indiana University. Then I finished my degree at Anderson University. So it was a total of 4 years, 1.5 years, 32-year break, and then 2.5 years at Anderson. Got a degree in organizational leadership. That was good for where I worked in economic development. Then I went ahead and finished my master's 3 years ago, and I got a master's degree in public administration. That's what I do every day in economic development. So, I started, got some foundational work in government, finished a degree that was applicable or helped me in government, and then finished my master's degree in public administration, which is what I do every single day in economic development. So that's what I have done in the community and for the community. So economic development works to build the tax base in our community by bringing in industrial employers. So people like me, your parents, other people in the community will have employers that pay a living wage and that have insurance benefits, so they can go to the dentist and the doctor around here. And so that's what I do is I work every day with taxpayers in government to build our tax base so we'll have nice amenities and we can rebuild our community. Like some of the, we had 4,500 employees at Chrysler Corporation. That was like in the 80s when I was a kid, and 70s and 80s. Of course, you weren't around then. But now we need employers that populate our community, like Boar's Head. Have you heard of Boar's Head?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we need employers like that pay a good living wage, that so people like me and your parents can earn a living and provide for our kids. And now I have grandkids, and so anyway, that's what I do in our community every day. Go to work every day except today.
Is there anything you would like people to know about our community?
Yeah, I want you to know that I think small town living is great. That's how I know Christy from church. So when I go to the grocery, I see people I know, and when I'm out in the community, I wave at people at 1400 Plaza, or when I go into work every morning, people honk and wave. I see people that I graduated with from high school 40 years ago, and I just like having it's more important to me to live in a small community and know my neighbors and be able to be out. I live in Westwood. I have a home in Westwood, so I like being close to town, but yet still being out a little bit. I have a lot of wildlife outside my home, and I think when you live in a big city, you might not get as much as that, although, you may have the cultural affairs that are close to you, or you may have the shopping you like, you may have restaurants that are close to you. But personally, I'd rather drive. I'd rather eat at local hometown restaurants, or I can drive to those places when I want to go, on the weekend or once in a while. And I just like living in a small town because I think it offers a lot of a friendly atmosphere. And I always knew my kids' teachers. I've known Christy or Mrs. Williamson since she was a kid, and her husband, and I know her children, and I just like living in a small town. How about you? Do you like living in a small town, or would you rather live somewhere big?
I like smaller towns. I think it's really cool, and I don't really like all the loud noises and a bunch of people.
Yeah, I'm with you there, girl. So that's my thought on that. So, any other questions?
I think that's all I have for you right now.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm in 8th.
Okay. So you like it here in the community? Do you think you're going to go into the job market, or do you know yet? Are you thinking about college or secondary education?
I'm still figuring it out.
Okay. Well, I encourage you to consider that, maybe starting at Ivy Tech or someplace like that. If you think you might want to go, see how successful you are, and it's good to talk to you this morning. Sorry somebody lost our tape.
That's okay.
But I'm glad to talk to you, honey, and I hope you have a great day. And tell Mrs. Williamson I'm glad we can go through it again quickly, even though it's here at home. And don't tell anybody it's in my best PJ.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right. Good to see you. Have a good day, Sidney.
You too.
Bye, honey.
Bye.